Lucy May here. I hope you had an awesome weekend and an awesome week. I am so glad that you are here today and you are watching this episode. And I appreciate each and every one of you that has liked and has subscribed to me. And you don't know how much I appreciate it. And I thank you so much. And today we're just going to talk about a little bit about makeup routines. But before I get into that, I did want to say that in the next week here, I'm going to be making some changes to my routine here, and I'm going to try to go to twice a week. My plan is to, as of right now, this might change, is to do one episode where it's strictly about makeup, getting ready with me, doing my makeup, and that kind of thing. The next episode will be about self-care and makeup. I'll still incorporate makeup into it, but it won't be the primary focus. But it will be still have makeup in there, and we'll talk about different topics: self-care, self-worth, taking care of yourself. We will do all that and discuss that in that episode. So my plan is to hopefully start that next week. But keep an eye out. I also plan on sometime maybe this week doing a live so that y'all can actually talk to me in person and get to know me a little bit better and see that I'm actually a real person behind the camera here. And with that, let's get right into our episode here. So first, let's talk about my makeup today. Today I did do, I don't know if you can see, it's pretty shiny. I did do, again, use the Aurora, excuse my phone is messing up. I did use the Aurora palette again today, and I'm trying different looks with it, and I'll do that. I'll use it more than these other palettes and stuff whenever, kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. But today I went with, I don't know if you can see that one, with High Latitude, Night Sky, and Lunar Tripping. So that's on my lids, that's on my crease, and that's on my brow, and that's in the corner of my eye. So I went with those three colors. It's kind of in the mood for something different. And so that's what it. And see, I don't know if you can hopefully see my eyes, because I know my lids were pretty shiny, shimmery, I should say. And I love that. I've been trying to find a shimmery silver in all of my palettes, and for some reason I wasn't finding it. Now I have another package coming in the mail from ColourPop that will have, and it's the rock candy palette that will have some silvers in there too as well. But and I got some new palettes, and I got some other palettes I still have to show you, but I wanted to do a different look with this particular palette. So with that, we'll go on from here. I want to talk about makeup routine, because I find that, you get into a rut in a way, to where you're doing one thing after another, after another, after another. And if you're not careful enough, you will skip steps, forget things. And I've gotten to the point where I've had to make a list of what my order is, because I do have a few memory issues, but that's a whole nother topic. But I've had to create a list of what I exactly need to do, and I don't always follow that list, and I'll explain why in a minute. But you get into a rut to where you keep doing the same thing over and over again, to where you will actually start skipping steps because you're bored. So we don't want to be bored. We want to keep it lively, keep it exciting. So how do we do that? We find different colors. Use different colors. Like, I try to do different colors of eye makeup every day. I have different color and different brands of lipstick that I use every day. Of course, I have a few favorites I use, but normally it's different every day. Along with even moisturizing my lips, they're different colors. I use that. I use lipsticks. I use liquid lipsticks, regular lipsticks, lip glosses, which aren't necessarily my favorite, but I use them. I have blush on my cheeks, but I have different blushes I use. Foundation's the same color pretty much. I'm pale as a ghost, so it's pretty pale color either way. But I do have foundation sticks that I can use. I do have different concealers I use. So I try to mix it up so it doesn't get boring. So if you're somebody that sticks to the basic five makeup products and that's it, and you're bored, well, maybe you need to change things up. Add a few more products to it. Or do a reset. Like, take a few days off of doing your makeup and then come back to it, or add some color to it. People are so afraid of color nowadays, it seems like, especially in the age group of 40 and over. Okay, and I can say that I'm in that range. I can say that. But it's okay to have some color. There is nothing wrong with doing color on your lids. I think it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. And I wish more women in that age group would do more color instead of kind of it being this nudish, what am I trying to say, light browns color, which I do that. Don't get me wrong, I use that as well. But just to mix it up a little bit, it's always nice to see something different. So what is my routine, you might want to ask yourself. Why am I talking about this? Let me read you my routine. I have to put my glasses on for this. I'm sorry. Just have to be able to see and read what I put. So for my makeup routine, believe it or not, and I went down every little step that I do, and it is 15 steps. You heard that right. 15. I got lipstick. I just put this on. Sorry. It's 15 steps. Okay. And yes. And if you sat down and went through your exactly routine, even with your skincare routine, how many steps you have, you'll be surprised. So the first step is you got to clean your face. And I've kind of bulked this one step together. You have to clean your face. You need to apply moisturizer or sunblock if it has moisturizer in it. And if it doesn't, then you got to do moisturize it and you got to put some sunblock on. Then step 2 is you're going to put primer on your face. Okay. Now, this can take a little bit of time with the moisturizing and all that stuff to get to the primer. You're going to put the primer on. You're going to let the primer set for a minute or two or longer if you still feel it's damp. Okay, then you're going to put the foundation on. After you get that put into your skin, you're going to use a brush or a puff or what are those things? I want to say powder puffs. Oh, my brain has lost it today. It's a sponge. Sorry. You're gonna use a sponge or a brush or your fingers. Whatever works best and whatever absorbs into your face. Okay. Then you're gonna use concealer to cover up any pimples, any areas of concern, any areas that are darker than other areas, skin pigmentation issues. When you got done with that, you're going to apply it on, then you're going to put on your under eye concealer. Yes, there is a separate concealer for that if you don't know that. Generally they have a little bit of different color into them, so it kind of blends it out. So, you don't have to use a separate concealer for your under eyes. If it works for you to do the same concealer for all, great. Then you just keep doing what you're doing. Some of us have tiny lines under our eyes, so we have to try to use something different because sometimes it'll crease. Regular foundation will crease sometimes. So there's just a little bit of difference in ingredients for the under eye concealers. Okay, so then when you get done with all that, you get it blended in using your concealer brush or your fingers or your sponge, whatever. You're going to go to your bronzer and you're going to put your bronzer on, and there are special brushes for bronzers, or you can use just a regular fat brush to put it on. Bronzers come in powder, they come in cream. I've never seen a liquid bronzer, just more like a cream and a powder. You can also use a darker foundation. I have 3 different colors of foundation sticks that I got on sale from Ulta, and regular foundation color, but then I got 2 that were darker colored that I've used as a bronzer. So you can do that as well if you see like a foundation on sale or a foundation stick on a really good price. You can use it, buy it, and use it as a foundation, as a bronzer stick. Okay, and then after I get done with that, make sure I've got contoured if I'm going to contour. A lot of times they'll use a different color to contour, or and I didn't include this in this because putting a bronzer on and contouring is kind of almost the same step in a way. So I didn't make it a separate step. I could and make it a lot longer. Then you're going to put your blush on, whatever your favorite blush is, your favorite color, whatever matches your skin tone. Then after you get your face all completed, you're going to for what I do is put my setting powder on. And there are different types of powders, face powders that you can put on. There's setting powder, and comes in a compact or a loose powder. However you want to do it. I got accustomed to the loose powder, and I use Huda Beauty, which is awesome. I got their cherry blossom cake, I believe it's called, and it's like a pink, and it's great if you have pinkish undertones on your skin. So I use that personally, and I love it. It works great for me. Now for you, it might be something else. You just have to unfortunately, you got to test it out, different powders and different makeup, to see what actually works. And sometimes it'll cause you to have to go through a few products to find it, you know. After I do all that, then I put on my eyelid primer. Now you can use eyelid primer, actually, it says that, or you can use concealer. Now, like I said earlier, concealer can crease sometimes. So an eyelid primer, it's got different ingredients in it, but you can still use, if you want to use your concealer on your eyes. Some people actually prefer concealer on their eyes than the eyelid primer. And we'll talk about that. Others will talk about that and say that they prefer it over regular eyelid primer. But it's up to your discretion and up to what you want to wear. Then after I do all that, then I put my eyeshadow on. Then I put my eyeliner on, and that's liquid or gel or pencil. Eyeshadow comes in the liquid and powder and cream. It's a cream version of it too. And then we do the eyeshadow, eyeliner, and then mascara. And of course, whatever you want to use if you want to put now I've seen this done both ways. One way is probably not the best way, but I've seen people curl their eyelashes before and then put the mascara on. And then I've seen people just put their mascara on and then curl their eyelashes. I'll be honest, I think it's better to curl your eyelashes beforehand, because you risk getting stuck with the mascara on the eyelash curler, and then it might pull out some of your eyelashes. So you probably don't want to do it that way. Best to put it on before you do your mascara. Best to use it before your mascara. Then you want to do your eyebrow color if you want to change the color or reshaping them. You want to use a color pencil or sometimes I have the color. I use this actual color wand. And there's eyebrow wax, there's gel, there's glue. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Now, some people prefer to do this, ahead of putting on their foundation and stuff. It's really your preference, however you want to do it. The reason I do it last is that's when I generally remember I have to do my eyebrows. And so that's how it ends up with me. And then after I get done with that, if I want, I'll do a lip liner, and I'll do a lipstick and a setting spray. And, excuse me. And that's about it. That's my routine. And if I go slow about it and I don't keep a pace, it will go for like 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Now I've really been working hard to get it down to 30 minutes. And if I do that routine. Now there's a shorter routine that I can do. And I encourage you to have plan A and plan B. So this is plan B if you are in a hurry and you don't want to go out without makeup, okay? Plan B for me is clean my face, moisturize it, sunblock, If I have time, I'll put primer on. I'll put concealer on and under eye concealer. Now, I may even skip the primer, to be honest. It depends on what's happening. But I'll do the eye concealer and the concealer. I'll skip the foundation because you can use your concealer as a foundation if you want. I'll put some blush on, put some setting powder on. I'll put some mascara on my eyes, lipstick, setting spray, and boom, I'm done. And that's 8 steps, quick steps. So the reason I'm talking about this is that, makeup shouldn't be stressful. It should not be stressful, And if you're getting stressed out by having to do all this big makeup routine, and you don't know what to do or how to handle it, let me encourage you. It's okay to step back for a little bit if you need to, or it's okay to diminish your routine, or not diminish, but decrease your routine to just a few steps for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, because you're just exhausted from trying to keep up, trying to do it. You're just tired. That's okay. It's okay to be like that and not have to do your makeup. But if you find out that your routine that you've created is too stressful for you, then you need to cut back on the steps or combine the steps together. That way it's not so daunting of a task. I would just encourage you to sit down and make a list of all the steps that you do for your makeup and see actually how long it takes you to do it. Okay? And if you're stressed out, your mornings are stressed and you need to just one less thing to stress you out, then go through that list and eliminate some of them if you have to. Maybe it's just on certain mornings you're just too stressed to do a full routine. Then that's okay. Don't beat yourself up if you can't put every little step in, every little eyelash on, false eyelashes, which I didn't do because I don't normally do. It's okay if you miss some steps. Nobody's gonna beat you up for that. Don't beat yourself up for it. It's okay. So I guess I'm giving you permission. It's okay to not have to do your makeup every day. It's okay to cut some of these steps off. Nobody's going to hurt you for doing that. And then when you feel ready, then you get back into your routine or start up a new routine so that it's not that stressful anymore. And I just wanted to encourage you on that, because it's been on my heart about how we get in such a routine and a rut in doing things, from not just makeup, but just in life in general. And the only way to get out of that rut is if you mix it up. You stop it, you reset it, you redo it, or you mix it up. It's all the same. You end up resetting it and redoing it, doing it in different fashion. But if you redo the same thing over and over again, you stop for a while and go back and do it, then you're getting yourself in a rut, and it's not going to end up being productive anymore, and it's not going to be fun. It's going to be boring. So you have to step back and redo it, and maybe change your steps up or add different things to the mix. That way it doesn't become boring. It's always fun. It's always something different. Okay? Well, that's all I have for you today. And that's what I wanted to talk about, was your routine and mixing it up and doing something different. And I appreciate all of you for watching. And I hope you have a blessed week. I'm praying for you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Monday. Bye.